And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You can be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Coming to you from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. Now we'll go over here. Alright, so. Wait. Alright, there we go. Okay, so. We are going to be playing the pirate game that I do on the weekends, usually. So, we're about to get right into that. Rephrase this. Alright, so we're about to get into the pirate game that we play on the weekends, usually. This, of course, is an evening stream. It's a little bit later than ones I usually do. But anyway, we're about to be getting into that. And to the Caribbean we go. Let's go this way. Alright, let's put this down here. Alright, everything looks like it's check. Alright, let's go. Yeah, that is my pirate. Oh, that's the button. Let's do this. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is more of a, the obviously has a Christmassy theme to it. Okay, so, these are the pirates' snowmen. They're not really snowmen, but they're sandmen, technically. Alright, so we're probably going to go out to the sea. Okay, they have the nice red bows on the doors. I mean, on the shields of the windows. It's not a door, technically. Okay, this is the dude that we usually see. Okay. Oh, it's like a musical thing. Okay. That's what that does. Okay. The Golden Goddess is going to be released. And here we go. Alright, now we're going to be firing at this right here.
Captain, they know we be pirates. Plundering will make them real mad.
Ah.
Take what you can.
Alright, we
Give
took it
nothing
out.
back.
It's good. We're gonna go sink some other ones over here. Okay, now we're gonna go after the ogre right here. The ogre is not the largest ship, actually, but when the more lower levels, it's pretty big. Okay.
To Davy Jones's locker with you all.
Alright, now it's time to fire the cannons at the zombie ship. Okay.
Plunder those ships.
Alright, now we're going to tag team this other ship way out here. This reminds you of the movie scene. Facts.
Take what you can. Give nothing back.
That was pretty cool. That was similar to the movie scene. Okay. Now we're going off in this direction. Nice. Got a line to that ship right there. Scallywag Mariner. Alright, that's a cool ship.
To Davy Jones's locker with you all.
Soundtrack in this pirate game is really cool, by the way.
We sunk her, Captain.
Howdy, Frog. Good to see you. Hope that you had a. Hope you're having a good evening. Welcome to the chat. I'm sinking ships at the moment.
Turn him into fish food. loot aboard those ships. Take what you can, give nothing back. Turn him into fish food. The Navy's put a bounty on us, and those hunters are coming to collect. Let's give them what for. Plunder those ships. Take what you can, give nothing back. Keep at it. There'll be loot aboard those ships.
Bounty hunters are coming. Nice. Scared. Nope, that didn't work out too well. Okay. Let's see. That didn't work either. All right. Hello, the white man. Thank you for passing by and all that you do. Of Take care. I've had a good holiday, and I hope you also had a good holiday as well. All right. Peace.
Turn him into fish food.
Now I'm going to go to the island. Okay. Going to be right back in a moment. I have to go get something. I have to go do something, rather. Okay, we are back on this island. All right, so this is just the town, little Christmas town, but it's a pirate town. So they have it all decorated, kind of like before, and it looks like a nice sunset is coming through. Speaking of weather, because this is a very nice tropical scene right here. But anyway, the the weather for the United States, it's going to be a cold blast. I call it a Arctic blast. Will be piling through from the west. All right, let's see what's in here. Well, this is a nice room. And all the shoes are neatly organized. All the nice Christmas decorations up for the game, okay. Now going back out. Yeah, and that is the moon, the winter moon. Okay.
Captain, they know we be pirates. Plundering will make a raid.
All right, that one sunk rather quickly. It was hit at the right spot.
Take what you can. Give nothing back.
You know, sometimes ships can be hit and the right way, and it just goes down either very quickly or it goes down almost nearly quickly. And it doesn't go down right away. And other times you could hit it and it won't even scratch it. All right, let's go to these.
To Davy Jones's locker we go.
Now it's raining in the game. Okay.
We sunk her, Captain.
All right, the Bloodhound.
Deviate.
Okay.
We're loose aboard those ships.
Another Bloodhound.
To Davy Jones's locker we go.
in the uncharted waters. Alright.
Turn him into fish food. To Davy Jones's locker with Bro.
This reminds me of the rain storm from the SpongeBob episode when they went to the uh, during the health inspector when they buried him. So under the sea of where I'm sailing, all that's happening. Scared, scared.
Take what you can. Give nothing back. We sunk her, Captain. Think they take it out your boat? Open fire! Thunder all you can! Keep at it! They'll be loose aboard those ships! Turn him into fish food. We're stuck to the gills with treasure, Captain. Those greedy bounty hunters will surely come.
And a bounty hunter appears out of nowhere. Okay, and we have to go after this. Oh, the bounty hunter's running away from me, actually. That's nice. Alright.
We sunk her, Captain. Oh, good. Bounty hunters. More ships for us.
Okay, now we're gonna go ram into it. Now we have to isolate the bounty hunter away from the other ships so it can do its thing. Okay, let's see. Ah, both missed. Intended target. It's a bit of a catch-22. It's... This could be close, because it's not really firing the way I want it to go, okay. Okay, that was better. Not quite out the woods yet. Again, this bounty hunter keeps outsmarting me. Scared. Alright. Let's go here. Okay, it's gonna be close now. Wrong ship. Oh, I got a winter chest. Alright, now we're gonna dock. Yeah, this is the haunted island right here. And that's the phantom that is kind of deadly. Scared. Okay. here is the spooky moon, ambient moon, on this haunted, abandoned island. Okay. I'm gonna go to the volcano island now. Oh, this is probably down this way. Alright, now I'm gonna go into one of these caves. Alright, here we are in this area. Okay, let's see about finding some of the enemies here. Oh, okay, mermaid, and a welcome mermaid to the stream, and getting ready oh, okay. I'm gonna speak English from right now and say, oh, maybe a video tonight. Okay, that's good. I'll look out for it. And getting over being sick now. Oh, okay. May you have healing as soon as possible. And I understand it's no fun to go through, but in spite of that, I look forward to the video if you do post it. Christmas was very good. Christmas was good. I had a very nice feast. I, I ate some. I ate some, nice, Christmas food, and I watched some movies. So, and I talked to family and spent time with cats. I went outside too. Okay, and Murray says, "Oh yeah, things are looking up again, man. The flu came out around. It was a bad. It tried everyone around. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the flu sucks, especially it's happening during a holiday season. That's really a bummer. So, yeah, I watched Scrooge, an older version of it, and It's a Wonderful Life. I watched some other Christmas movies too, but and I listened to some ghost stories because around this time of year, ghost stories were what they told. And Scrooge, the Christmas Carol, is a ghost story for the holiday season. Although it's not really seen as that or titled as like a horror story, that's what it was originally intended to be. But it is a horror story though. So, but yeah, I was. It was an very interesting Christmas, and I hope you had a good Christmas, Mermaid. Uh, also, maybe you answer that. And I was about to ask you how yours was, and nice. The food was good this year. The Mexican food for me it was stormy here. Yeah, this Christmas was good. I felt bad. A lot of people had a tough Christmas. I do too. I do too, Mermaid. It's. I will say it's a. I've seen and we've seen it could be quite a dark Christmas for some people, and in general the holidays. I mean, people go through losses and have experienced losses of and it may remind them also of family that isn't around or things that falling outs that happen. So it can also be extremely dark too. And the Victoria era in England and Europe, it was I guess in America too. It was seen as a like a Halloween type holiday for them because it's the darker weather and ghost stories, etc. Oh, Mermaid said thanks. It was good. I got a lot of stuff, makeup, gifts, and Mexican foods. Did you hear about Adam the Wu passing right around Christmas? It was super sad. I didn't know him, but I have a story about. Oh yes, please share. Please share your story about that. Yes. And okay, thank you for letting me know. I don't know if I know who that. I think I heard about a passing happening around Christmas. If is that a YouTuber or something? I'm not completely familiar with the person, but yeah, please tell. I was. I love Mexican food, by the way. Mary Toodles is good at making it. I I have burritos regularly. like the like guacamole is my favorite. It's very good for you, by the way. I have an avocado tree right over there actually. It's small, but it's there. I mean tacos are I think the iconic one, and that is like my main favorite. But as I said, I've told you this a million times, Mermaid, and I'm gonna tell you it a million times in the future. But oh, okay, let's see the story. Adam Wu, I didn't know he was a YouTuber. German Venice is another vlogger. Yeah, I don't know what he was. I don't know if he was a YouTuber or not. I thought that may have been true, but I know nothing about the individual. German in Venice is another vlog YouTuber, and he was going to see Adam at his house, and they found out he passed away in his house. It was sad. Yeah, and rest in peace. I wish his soul the best. As I said, I have no idea who it is personally, but I may have heard of it. Oh, he was a YouTuber. Okay. I thought he was. I just wasn't completely certain. Well, yeah, just life is short. It can, in a blink of an eye, it could go. That's why I live every day if it was the last day of my life. And I recommend everyone do that because you never know. And yeah, guacamole is good. Yeah, yeah. Guac is good. So he, yeah, there's been some YouTubers that when they pass away, it's a really a sad deal. When they go find the YouTuber in their house, they or wherever it's really an unfortunate loss of life. Anybody to pass away, but depending also the circumstances too. God forbid, especially if they take their own, it's another whole other somber situation. So it's also the legacy people leave behind, and what they do. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the catacombs look a little bit different. Oh, this is another part. Okay, this is a bunch of crypts. A whole bunch of them. So this guy was watch in German in Venice, and he was his friend, and was sad found a friend, and they had a good plan to have Christmas fun. It broke the guy. I watched it. Heart was so sad. Not the outcome he wanted, expected for fun videos. Oh, prayers for him. Prayers for him. That's a very traumatic event to go through, where somebody wants to go do some Christmas fun and do some videos, and they're found dead. That has to be the most traumatic, one of those traumatic things a person could go through, especially on a public platform like that. Oh yeah, my heart goes out to them. Yeah, very sad. Too many things. All right, too many things happen right before Christmas. It was just sad. I'm blessed. We're very blessed. Amen. Now there's a saying that goes, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, mermaid, absolutely. That don't be sad that it's gone, smile that it happened. So being happy that something happened in the first place and they got to experience it is really one of the most liberating things ever, because uh, it could never have happened in the first place. So that's why I do think that it's important to remember the good times and good memories. But of course, a mourning is appropriate to do, and people should mourn as long as they feel that they need to, or however long they have to, depending how you view it. I cried watching a video about it, but yeah, what an odd Christmas, I'll say. Yeah, this has been a very dark Christmas, indeed. I agree with that. I hope so too. Amen. Prayers for his soul. Oh, that's good. His dad's a pastor. Yeah, it's good to have the religious structure in a family, and Adam did not have a wife or kids, from what I know. Oh, okay. He must have been. I assume he was younger. He didn't go through that those. Yeah. So, uh, yeah, especially on Christmas, there's when it's supposed to be a jolly time of year, it could be quite dark, and somber. Yeah, I just think that like he was 51. Okay, he was not like young like us, but he was young. Not he wasn't like our kind of young, but he was not that old. Let's just say he was uh, seasoned, as the saying goes. He was seasoned a little bit. No, a little bit more seasoned than I am. I'm gonna get a lot of comments for that. More seasoned than I am. Yeah, and you, because you're the same, basically the same age I am. Feel bad for the friend or dude. Yeah, he was young to you. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. Yeah, he was not old. Not old at all. Oh, hello, Anna. Good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I would say that it's a and Anna. I hope that you had a good Christmas. How was it? But yeah, Mermaid. I think that it's extremely upsetting that he had to see that. I mean, I'm sure that he'll have nightmares about this for a long time, especially the viewers. You saw it too. I mean, it's a traumatic thing for everybody all the way around. Okay, yes, I had a good Christmas. It was very good. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of doing any OJ. Anna, I can do OJ tonight if you want me to. I'll be glad to put it on. This was I was doing the game, but as I said, I can do it if you like. If you would like, it's fine. As I have not seen you around here, and as I said, if anyone wants to request something, I'll be glad to play. It's no big deal. And this is an interesting pit of fire right here. Wow, that is something. Many rocks, yeah. So I hope and pray all YouTubers can have a long, fruitful life, and they can be alive for as long as they could be alive for, because that is really, uh, I wish that and pray for that for all. Okay, so it's a fire of rocks. And it was fun. Tried to have a good time. Oh, okay, mermaid. Understood. Mexican makeup sounds awesome. Yeah, yeah. I watched some Christmas movies of and looked at some ghost stories, Anna, that I was saying before. It's good to, because that's, as I was telling Mermaid a little while ago, that that's what they originally had Christmas for. It was a time of telling like ghost stories and uh, a kind of like a Halloween type holiday. Yeah, but certainly it's it can be dark at times. Oh, it can be dark at times if people go through some losses, etc. That could also cause a problem. Okay, and yeah, so it said life is short and live every moment as best you can as if it was the last. And remember that, like, say all of us, is that it'd be thankful for like what we were able to do and know while we were here, because all of us could have never have crossed paths. So that is a positive thing that the experience happened in the first place. So yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to know about, because it shows you how anything could happen to anybody at any time, and that's why I believe it's good to have a good support network, strong support network for each other, and help each other out, like we do with our spaceship community and elsewhere. Yeah, I think the with OJ trial we've been looking at, I've been really enjoying it. It's seeing the shenanigans in the courtroom is really wild. They'll get into a lot of fights, and Cochran a lot is displeased with the defense a lot of times. Then Darden almost got held in contempt when he got an argument with Cochran, and then he had to make a reluctant apology. And he felt he did not really want to do that. But he did anyway. All right, and it says, been watching cold cases on YouTube, cases where they find kidnapped and deleted kids and women after 60 years. That was oldest case. Fascinating stuff. Kept evidence now with DNA. He gets solved. Oh, I also a few months ago, I was doing just that, Anna. I saw a couple of cases where this, maybe you saw it. This one guy that was a senior citizen, they linked DNA to him for a murder that happened in the 70s, and he was convicted a couple years ago and he died in prison because they were able to connect the evidence to him. Yeah, so with DNA, they're able to reopen many old cases and restore justice. All right, and now we're going to get this. Yeah, and there's still cases that are cold that they don't know who did what, and there are still ones that are out there. Oh, it's gonna maybe go down. Yep, I went down. I got blindsided by one of the other people. Okay. There is a case in Japan, I think back in the 80s, I suppose, something like that. And there was an incident where there is a vending machine. So, you know, vending machines where people can go and get a drink. And Anna says, yeah, they find these people in their 70s and 80s and bust them, surprise families, parents are old, and finally get answers. Yeah. Yeah, that is correct. Absolutely. Well, I was cellmate with two skeletons. Okay. An old stormy dungeon. Nice. Yeah, so in Japan, they had this a vending machine where people would get drinks. And there was a times where there is one drink that was available that was on top of sitting on top of one of the shelves of the right next to the vending machine. So when this happened, there's people that started to drop dead or be deleted from drinking, and people were dying mysteriously. So what occurred was they determined that somebody was a serial killer was out there doing murdering people or poisoning people. So there is this mystery behind this drink. So what they came to the conclusion was through investigations that those drinks, somebody would buy a drink and inject poison into it through the top part and then leave it out for somebody to drink and get deleted over. So uh, that's and it has not been solved on who did it. So that, and they believe the people were specifically targeted. So that is what happened. You heard of that one. Okay. Because there's quite a few that are still out there today. that have never detected. There is a person that was murdered one time, and there is a figure walking past a security camera, and they don't, and that was the person that did it, but they don't know who it is exactly. They couldn't identify him, so the person is still out there somewhere. There's quite a few of them that are out there. They don't know who did what. Yes, a vast amount of unsolved cases. There is an unsolved case where there's people going on a hiking trip. I guess it's like a Boy Scouts or like a camp. That's not what it was, but I'm just giving you like an example of like what it was like, what this was exactly. And group was hiking, and everything was going well. So in this terrain, you're gonna have trees and lots of rocks and mountain ranges and forests. And you have these groups, and you see tree, you see birds, you see sunshine, and you see the horizon. And you walking forward. People think about all kinds of things. People are enjoying the nature, making sure that they're careful, having fun with the group. There is this young boy that was on the trail, and there's a point where there was a split up in the group, and he either fell behind or was ahead of them, and he was lost eventually. And they went through their roster and see that the young boy was missing completely. This is why it's good to stay with the group. Although the adults should keep an eye on keeping the group together, is what I meant to say. Because I guess, I don't know, people may have not always been cautious about where kids are, what they're doing. So, yeah, that is a unfortunate, very messed up situation where the kid goes missing, and they walked out. They had dogs, the canines, and the helicopters and search parties looking for a while for the young boy, and they didn't find anything. So they assumed that maybe he got lost and fell somewhere. Unfortunately, and it got dark, or some animal got him. There's a couple of theories on what exactly happened, but he just was nowhere to be seen until 2004. So around 2004, they found a some pants that were like folded inside out, and some shoes and stuff like that belonged to the kid. And they were, some people were hiking on a trail, and they found it, and they realized it had to do with this kid that was missing, because the people that were hiking were aware of the situation. Just a couple of years later, and what happened was they determined that it couldn't have been a mountain lion or a cougar, because this was too meticulously it was done to where a mountain lion can't do all that stuff. And the clothes were in good condition, so it wasn't left out for years and years. So they determined the kid was likely, uh, unfortunately, kidnapped, or somebody may have deleted him, murdered him, and then brought the clothes and shoes out later. So that's a and that person was not found, whoever did it. That's the main theory. It's a very haunting theory, but that is what they think uh, could be the case, most likely, because an animal, they can't just go and do all that stuff, like fold things inside out and place things here and there. No, it had to be a person that did that. So yeah, that was another mystery. So I also like to look up mystery cases too. Yeah, so I I was that's another one that I was researching. I found out about. I probably need some more tonic, so we're gonna get some tonic right here. advance by this. Yeah, and this other situation. So something I was researching today that I learned about in the past was, but I was researching it again today, was in China. There's these mysterious disappearances that occur, and people that are unfortunately persecuted for their religious beliefs, etc. This be a little bit graphic, graphic warning. There's this organ harvesting is a thing over there because they to try to get people medical help, they might need special organs, and there's alleged organ harvesting operations that go on in these places. So there's this streamer that was going into this cave, and he came across a farm of such a horrid action, allegedly, right? So, and he was telling his audience that they were just props, but they weren't. They probably weren't props. Of course not. And it was believed that they were being preserved. These props are being preserved. They believe that it was probably true that they were we would call there's an operation going on there. So that is something that was going on in China, and some people came across some alleged crime scenes, right, where either by the government of China or companies in China or independent like black market people that are doing stuff like that. So there's an incident where there is a religious movement in China that was anti-communist and has to do with, I'll say it's similar to Buddhism. Their symbol is the swastika, but it's not in the way Hitler had it. It was the original intentions of it, which was like a peace symbol, a religious symbol. And the Chinese government severely persecuted these people and made sure they weren't following out of line, which was, wrong, where they persecute the religions over there. So after that happened, what they allegedly, there was some harvesting going on where they'll execute people and then, I could say, sell what's left for these activities. And it's very creepy. Like, there is these I mean, of course we need organs that are donated consensually. I mean, of course, if they weren't consensually donated, we would need organs technically, but we have consensual organ donation, which is kind of these terms to come up with. But that is what happened in China. They would there's this couple, and a very beautiful couple in China, and they were following the religious movement, and they were both arrested and probably executed. And their remains were sold, and it's believed, graphic warning everybody, that you could say the remains that were seen in certain scientific research, whatever it was, that there was the person that was missing that the Chinese were herding around. So yeah, these people are really evil, though. Like, people are being religious, and they'll go and now Catholicism, Buddhism, Islam, and I believe Taoism is acknowledged by the CCP. But of course, it's regulated by them. Similar in the Third Reich when they regulated Catholic and Protestant churches to go with the propaganda of the state. But there's still religions in China. But people that don't confine with it or weren't approved by the government, they're going to be like annihilated. So it's really disturbing. And it says China is an enemy to this country in many ways. We're putting plastic as filter in parts food sold in USA, and people's cats, dogs sick and dying. So only buy food and toys made on USA. I agree, Anna, that everything is made in China. Not everything, but a lot of things are made in China. And now the Chinese government denies the claims that are going on, and they did eventually shut down some of these harvesting operations, allegedly, but they're still not, trustworthy, of course, in my opinion. But yeah, a lot of our, also, I know farmers, and a lot of the food that China has bought lots of farmland in the United States, quite a bit of farmland. And when they buy it in the United States, they they could potentially control the food that we have and ship it over to their country. And I know farmers in America that tell me about how they they export a lot of it to China, and then China may give us not the best kind, allegedly. So it's just not good for them to control the farmland either. So, and they make all the stuff and all the plastics and everything. Yeah. USA needs to stop buying anything made in China, and almost everything is made in China. Trump's big on stopping it and having products made here. I agree with him on that. I mean, I agree with a lot of things he does, but I agree with him on that for sure. And also, I believe he was good with the farmland, with China's farmland, because that they're buying, because he was stopping that from happening too. So yeah, that is certainly a win. Do you remember the pet food scare from maybe '90s, early 2000s? I I don't recall offhand, Anna, but it doesn't mean I didn't remember it or when it happened, because I was around the early 2000s, although I was very little. I don't remember it offhand, but I may have forgotten about it because I probably would have known, I assume. But tell me, Anna, refresh our memory, or if I never heard of it and I just was playing with toys or watching TV, what exactly happened with that? If you want to explain it to me, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I remember the one thing I do remember from the early 2000s is the lead poisoning that was in toys made in China and the paint. All right, so yeah, definitely with the proximity in China, it can cause, and also although Vietnam, Nam is a friend of ours now. Still, our stuff's made in Nam too. There is also Cambodia was a bad place. My buddy from Germany, when he's not been here since the Kirk incident, but because him and I are in different time zones, but he and I talk about some of these communist countries, and yeah, Cambodia, they massacred a lot of their people there. And as I said, China, they persecute the Uyghurs, uh, most likely because of also racial, ethnic reasons. There's a Han Chinese, and they're at war with the other Chinese, the Uyghurs. So yeah, they're just and they have a really big population. I mean, they let all these countries just waste away. It seems, in my opinion. you were a kid, sorry, dogs and cats sick and dying vets couldn't figure it out, was tracked down to pet food, chew bones, treated, made in China. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I don't think I knew. No. Shout to Mary Toodles. Mary Toodles, do you remember a incident in the early 2000s where they had pet dog food that was contaminated?
No,
Cat food.
I've heard about it maybe over the years it come up, but not necessarily at that time. No.
Okay. Is it? Yeah, it was made in China. And it was causing pets to.
I don't
Yeah.
remember
Okay.
that incident.
Yeah, I didn't remember it offhand myself, although I was little then. Oh, okay, Mermaid. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. So yeah, Anna, that is very frightening. That the food in China caused that. That they're giving the pets. Yeah, it's very disturbing. I remember CNN was talking about as I told you, the lead and the paint was not good. A lot of these factories and places over there, I feel is like Timu. Timu's from China. It literally is from China. Yeah, it's these like 18th century. I'm probably got the centuries mixed up, but it's the Industrial Revolution type of sweatshop. These places are like. They even have nets outside of these places where people, if they want to jump and delete themselves, they'll fall into a net so they can't die. But yeah, it's basically, I feel like, slave labor, and it's like these sweatshops, and they want to get things done cheaply as possible. But yeah, I mean, in our country, yeah, the people want to get their products made as cheaply as possible for a profit. I mean, I'm not against that, but there's also some other ethical concerns about that. And if you have to outsource everything to other countries, it's not really the best thing to have it where it controls the U.S. mainland, because especially since it's not really our ally now. The original China from the Republic it was an empire, but there was a version of China where it could have been more of an emperor. It was different, and they lost the revolution against the Reds. So that's where we have the China we have today. Yeah, so there's lots of these instances in China where, in North Korea too. North Korea is another place where they have the organ festival going on too. By the way, and it says now manufacturers allowed to use certain amounts of filters in food. Put has to be edible, no plastic. China's horrific. Yeah, China is horrific, indeed. Although, as I said, they do have Catholic churches or different Christian denominations or religions. They're still not liked and I believe suppressed and watched by the party, by the state. And there is one incident that there was a church built that wasn't registered with the CCP, and they demolished it. It was some sort of Protestant church. Not all the churches, but just the ones that weren't registered. But that's still not, people believe there's a symbolism behind that, of course, because these horrific genocides that they do is quite insane. meaning manufacturers were allowed to use filler, but like wheat or barley. Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying, Anna. I understand what you meant, but thanks for clarifying. North Korea will some. My friend from South Korea told me the people in North Korea, will try to lure people over to the other side of for nefarious reasons and stuff. So it's they're not really the best either. Oh, hello, Moki. Good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, it was a big national scare until they solved it. Okay, that's good. Moki, how are you? How's everything? I hope everything's going okay. Oh no, Zero's not in the game right now. He's off in the Cosmos doing some stuff for the spaceship at the moment. He'll be back at some point. But yeah, right now it's just myself in the game, and Sam isn't online either, which is another person I played the game with. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on China, and I do agree with you, Anna, about that. Okay, let's see. Probably go attack some of these ships right here. Let's go this way. Ah, the ship needs to be repaired. Yeah, hugs to Mokes. Yes, absolutely. And Anna says hey to Moki. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'm glad to know you're hanging in there and y'all got some DoorDash. Okay, well, it's good that your family's keeping close. That's good. And Anna asks, Mermaid, is she putting makeup on that Santa brought? Oh, that's nice. Maybe she is. Oh, she'll let us know. Uh, maybe she'll let us know if she's putting the makeup on for that Santa gave her. That's nice. All right, and I let's see. Are the Emoki, did the kids do any activities today, or did they stay home? Because I remember yesterday they went to the Olive Garden, which is good that they went. Out of just, I'm wondering. Yeah, so now SpongeBob movie came out, and that's something that I'd like to see at some point. And I will say I'm enjoying the OJ trial that we've been covering. It's a really, it's quite interesting. It's a especially the time period and the different technology they had was uh, very intriguing to me. Right. And the SpongeBob movies over time they evolved the way they do the movies, where it was originally originally the cartoon version, and then they went to animation later on in the other.
Well, they had live people in the first one.
Yeah, they had live people in it too. Yeah. All right, they chill most today, but they just left to go see Holiday Lights. Oh, you got the hockey game on. That's good. That's good. You're. I'm glad the game's on. Okay, so thank you for the update, Moki, about that. Holiday lights are always a terrific thing to look at. I remember Celebration the Oaks. They have a very where I am. They have very good light display. I also was when I was at the school. I was in the choir where we sung Christmas songs. I so I like that. They had nice rides and stuff. So that's always a great way to take the mind to other places. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the SpongeBob movie they had the original one. They had David Hasselhoff was a human, and the later SpongeBob movies they had animated. They weren't cartoon versions. They were like 3D type animations. So over time they used different technology for the SpongeBob movies, but overall the cartoons are still the same. Now I don't use. It's been a while since I've seen the SpongeBob's, but I do enjoy watching them though. They've some people don't like the newer SpongeBob's, but it's cool that it's still on because a lot of those cartoons from that time period aren't on anymore. I like the way the dark sea looks. It looks like the painting of the. Aaron, good evening. Gustav Dore's illustration. That's what it reminds me of the ship on the sea. I don't remember what it was called, but it was crazy. It was real trippy. Oh, you're playing the Avalanche. You don't like them. Oh, okay. Hopefully they lose the Avalanche. Dookie time. Right, it's Dookie time. Yeah. Okay, and going out this way. And Aaron says to Anna, "How was your holidays?" Oh, that's very nice to ask. I'll tell y'all Aaron, you're gonna have some storms coming through. We're gonna have some storms up north, and the cooler weather from the west is gonna come this way to where I am, and up north there's gonna be lots of snow and storms, maybe some possible twisters, tornadoes. Aaron said, "I spent most of my day condensing Christmas decor, wrapping supplies. I might or might not have a problem. I'm advertising." Okay. Scared? In advertising. Oh, okay. Uh, sounds fun. Scared. Aaron said, "Always borderline smothering comes, and it comes from a good place." Oh, she says Aaron isn't smothering her. Scared. Aaron said, "Mine was quiet, which I love. Spent too many years visiting everyone too much." Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. I hope he comes in here too. Michael comes in here too. Yeah. Shout to him. Oh, two peas. Great minds think alike. They're in sync with each other. Okay. Yes, Rosa was still on the stand. Yeah. She's on the stand for a long time. Aaron said, when I send Oki the most random things throughout the day, it's either emotionally supportive or ridiculous and makes me laugh, but makes me look weird. Oh, oh this is. Uh, your idiosyncratic methods are appreciated, and she appreciates you very well. I'm glad that you care. Oh, hello, Todd. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well, Todd. You're going to have some severe weather coming your way, and a lot of snow. And he says, I can't believe 3 days on her on the stand was not in front of the jury. That's nuts. Oh, because we were talking about, like, if the jury could see this type of behavior, although they're probably going to say not guilty anyway because they had a bias, I really just think it's absurd where she. Uh, they didn't have the jury there to even see what happened. Wow, it was. That was wild. I have heard going to be a wild tomorrow from what I have heard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's that's gonna be an apocalypse. Oh, I'm gonna be docking right now, but we're gonna probably oh yeah, I'm about to get my ship sunk, everybody. Whoa. Oh, you missed a lot. Yeah, we've been Cochrane has been angry and had hatred. The closest island I could get to, well, oh here we go. You send you night owl videos on the reg, so I deserve what I get. Oh, exactly, Moki. That was funny. Scared. Judy may have gone to bed. It may be kind of late for her, but we'll see her tomorrow. I'll be live earlier. And oh, okay, Todd. Thank you about Ryan Hall. I'll check him out if he goes on. Ryan Hall, y'all, is a very good channel. I recommend everyone watch. He covers hurricanes and tornadoes. He does the weather daily. Of and he's extremely brilliant the way he does it. And so many there's people I know all over YouTube that I know from different chats that are in there. Like there's people I know from YouTube chats that I see there. That's how many people I know, and um, and people that we've not seen in a long time. So from all over, and he does weather, and he has lots of good lights. He has a team that works with him. So yeah, it's Ryan Hall, y'all. Todd told me about it originally, and one day, so the story about that is so there's one day Todd told me that one night was telling me about to go to Ryan Hall, y'all, and about the weather, the storm chasers. So they do storm chasing. They'll chase tornadoes and stuff also, and I have all these different cameras, and we went out to like I went to go watch it, and him and I were chilling in the chat and watching it, and it was so cool. So I saw the Great Plains, I saw uh, the tornadoes, and he did very good job with his content. And I enjoyed. I also appreciate his hurricane coverage as well. So yeah, that's a. I'd say he's the weatherman of YouTube and the internet. Let's see. Anna said Judy apologized. Yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, Judy's cool now, and she gets along here. So that to answer your question about Judy, she's been doing very well with the chat and helping out uh, Moki. With the grieving process. And yes, that's what Ryan Hall is. Ryan Hall y'all is. Right. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron, some champagne and watch time square thing and get some shrimp cocktail. That's it. Right. And yeah, exactly, Moku. We just we let it all go. Yeah, it's all good. And make a chat. So yes, certainly. Yeah, this is Ryan Hall y'all's channel. Okay. Yeah, these are some of the creatures over here. Okay, and this is a zombie pirate right here. Uh, Yummy countdown. Okay. Alien posted his extra channel. Oh, that is his extra channel with the Y'all bot. Oh yeah, the Y'all bot is another channel he has where it it's like an AI system that talks about weather, live streams about weather, and chats with him. That's something that it does, and it's very cool. Also, and it also comments on his own stream. And here's some crabs. I mean, it's not a crab. It's an alligator. Let's see. Okay, so that already covered this area. Alright, and this is another pirate to fight right there. Okay. This one's pretty smooth. These are some of the earlier levels. Alright, and this is Ryan Hull's main channel. Right there. This is another cave. Okay, more fighting. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Todd. Thank you. Yeah. Alright, this is a nice forest right here. Oh, that was a quick one right there. Okay. Yes, 2025 did fly by very fast this year indeed. Yes.
It's okay. You're okay.
Oh, yeah, Moki, you like puzzles. Okay. Yeah. Scared.
Oh, it's okay, Bubbles. It's okay.
And this cave has a very strong aquatic effect to it. Okay, I'll turn it on. Okay, Aaron says, so I'm so not techie, so I never play video games. We have a VR, and I looked like such a loser panicking. Being under the sea, literally nothing happened, but I panicked. I'm a good time. That's funny, Aaron. Yeah.
It's okay. You're all right.
Todd says my weather radio just went off and high winds watch just issued for northern Ohio through Sunday evening. Okay. All right.
You're okay.
Oh yeah, that's nice, mermaid. Good job. Same storm hit me. We're getting high winds and ice storm southern Ontario. All right. All right. Now we'll go to the trial part. Okay.
It's okay. Okay, we're getting to it. Moment.
right here. Let's do this.
Ni la ha empleado él.
No, señor.
No, sir.
In the course of your testimony over the last several days, have you told us the truth?
Durante el transcurso de su testimonio, durante los últimos días, ¿usted nos ha dicho la verdad?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And are you getting anything out of testifying here today?
Y se,
Sustain.
Are you receiving any compensation for testifying here today?
¿está recibiendo usted alguna clase de
Or will
compensación a cambio de dar su testimonio aquí hoy?
you can answer the question?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Do you expect to be paid at any time in the future?
¿Espera que se le pague en algún momento dado en el futuro? Todavía no puede contestar.
No, señor.
No, sir.
And I'm going to need a few minutes to review this discovery we just got on one last subject. And if the court wants to do it now, I can.
Be my guest.
All right. Excuse me. And about how long have you known this lady?
¿Y como por cuánto tiempo lleva usted conociendo a esta señora, a esta
No,
persona?
2 años.
About 2 years.
And do you recall how you first met her?
¿Y recuerda cómo fue que se conocieron?
En la parada del bus.
At the bus stop.
And during the 2 years that you've known her,
Y durante los 2 años que lleva
have you had
conociéndola,
occasion to go to the place where she works?
¿ha tenido la oportunidad usted de ir al lugar donde ella trabaja?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And has she had occasion to come to your home where you work?
Y ella ha tenido la
Where you worked.
oportunidad de ir al lugar donde usted trabaja, donde usted trabajaba.
Pocas veces.
A few times.
And what, if you recall, is the name of the family that Sylvia works for?
Y si es que recuerda, ¿cuál es el nombre de la familia para quien trabaja Silvia?
Kaplan.
Kaplan.
Do you know their first names?
¿Sabe?
Sustain.
And you've been to the Kaplan's home?
¿Y usted ha ido a la casa de la familia Kaplan?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Can you describe that home for us generally without the address or whatever?
Pod-
Okay, I can link it up, Your Honor. May we approach it on telephone? May I approach?
All right, with court reporter, please. All right, thank you, counsel. Mr. Cochran.
Thank you. Ms. Lopez, can you describe the interior of the Kaplan's home for
Señora
us?
López, ¿podría describirnos el interior de la casa de la familia López?
No de los
I'm sorry.
Can you
I'm sorry.
Let me rephrase
Interpreter
it.
error.
Okay, let me
Interpreter
rephrase
error.
it. Let me rephrase it. Ms. Lopez, can you describe the inside
Señora López, ¿podría describir el interior
of the Kaplan's home
de la casa de la familia Kaplan,
for the court?
descríbasela al juez.
Poco, señor.
All right,
A little, sir.
would you please do that?
Por favor, ¿podría hacer eso?
Con mucho gusto.
Gladly. Gladly.
Gladly, would you please proceed?
En la,
Adelante.
en la entrada pasando el garage,
At the entrance, past the garage,
está la lavandería.
there's the laundry room.
De ahí está el cuarto de Silvia.
After that, there's Sylvia's room.
Enfrente de su cuarto está su baño.
In front of her room, there is her bathroom.
De ahí sigue la cocina.
After that, there's the kitchen.
Y de ahí de la cocina hay la sala de comedor, digamos.
And after the kitchen, there is the dining room, let's say.
Y ahí tienen también una sala donde juegan pool.
And there's also a room there where they play pool.
Y ahí está un cuarto donde hacen ejercicio.
And then there's a room for exercise.
Y de ahí pegado a ese cuarto está el cuarto de uno de sus hijos.
And next to that room, there is the room of one of their children.
Y de ahí se pasa a la sala grande donde ellos tienen televisión.
And from there, you can go to the big living room where they have a television set.
All right, is this a one-story or two-story house, if you recall?
Muy bien, y si usted recuerda, ¿esta casa es de un piso o de dos pisos?
De un piso, señor.
One floor, sir.
And do you recall anything about the flooring in the house? What kind of floors
¿Y
does the house
recuerda
have?
usted algo acerca de los pisos, la clase de pisos que tiene la casa?
Alrededor de la cocina
Around the kitchen
y el comedor
and the dining room,
de madera, señor.
it is wood, sir.
Now, you've told us you've been to the Kaplan's house on some occasions. Have you ever
Ahora-
had occasion to meet any of the family members?
Usted nos ha dicho que en ocasiones ha ido a la casa de la familia Kaplan.
I'll link it up here.
Overruled.
¿En alguna ocasión ha conocido a alguno de los miembros de la familia Kaplan?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And which family members have you met?
¿Y a qué miembros de la familia ha conocido?
We don't have to give the names. She does not have to give
No es
the actual
necesario
names.
que dé los nombres.
How do we do this without giving their names?
Well, let me ask another question, Your Honor. Do the Kaplans have children?
¿Los señores Kaplan tienen hijos?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Are they of the same sex or different sex?
¿Son del mismo sexo o de diferente sexo?
De diferentes sexos, señor.
Different sex, sir.
Have you had occasion to meet the female child?
¿Ha tenido la oportunidad de conocer a la niña?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And how many times have you seen that child?
¿Y cuántas veces ha visto a esa niña?
Varias veces.
Several times.
Have you had occasion to meet the male child?
¿Ha tenido la oportunidad de conocer al niño?
Ya están grandes, son hombres ya.
They're big. They're already men.
All right, have you met them, though?
Muy bien, ¿pero los ha conocido?
Sí, así los he visto.
Yes, I have seen them.
And have you met Mr. and Mrs. Kaplan?
¿Y ha conocido al señor y a la señora Kaplan?
Sí, son muy buenas personas.
Yes, they are very kind people. They are very kind people.
Now, during the 2-year period of time that you've known Sylvia,
Ahora, durante el periodo de tiempo de
would
2
the
años
two of you
durante
talk on the phone?
durante el cual usted ha conocido a Silvia, ¿usted y ella se hablaban por teléfono?
Todos los días.
Every day.
And were there occasions when Sylvia would come over to your place, the Salinger's place?
Y hubieron ocasiones cuando Silvia llegaba a donde usted trabajaba, a la casa de los señores Salinger.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Did you have an occasion to have a conversation with Sylvia Guerra
Usted tuvo la oportunidad de tener una conversación con Silvia Guerra
sometime toward the end of January
como para fines de enero
about whether or not she wanted to become involved in this case at all?
con respecto a que si ella quería o no quería involucrarse
Overruled.
en este caso en lo absoluto.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And what was that conversation about?
Y de-
Sustained.
I couldn't hear you.
Sustained.
Can I ask this question? Did you have a conversation at that time?
She's indicated, yes, she did
Did she?
she said she did have a conversation.
All right, thank you, Honor. Now, have you ever at any time
Ahora, en algún momento dado,
said to Sylvia
usted
that
le
you
ha
were going
dicho
to
a
receive
Silvia
$5,000 for your testimony in this case?
que usted iba a recibir $5,000 a cambio de su testimonio en este caso.
Nunca se lo he dicho, señor.
I have never said that to her, sir.
Have you ever at any time
En
said
algún
to
momento
Sylvia
dado le ha dicho usted a Silvia
that if she would testify in this case, she would receive $5,000.
Que si ella daba de testimonio en este caso, ella recibiría $5,000.
No, señor.
No, sir.
Did you and Sylvia exchange Christmas gifts this past Christmas in 1994?
Usted y Silvia se dieron la una a la otra regalos esta última Navidad.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And what country is Sylvia from?
¿Y de qué país es Silvia?
De Guatemala.
From Guatemala.
Does she have any children?
¿Ella tiene hijos?
Tiene 2.
Again, it'll be relevant, John.
Vaguely. Yes, you can answer the question.
She has 2
And does she have any parents here?
parents.
Does she have any parents in
That's
the United
irrelevant.
States?
That's irrelevant.
Thank you, Honor. You were asked a question of whether you've ridden in a limousine
Se le hizo una pregunta que si usted había andado en una limusina
last night when you left court.
anoche cuando
Have
se
you ridden
fue.
any limousines at all
Del
since you
tribunal.
first came down here and started with us on last Friday,
¿Ha estado
February
en alguna
24th?
limusina en algún momento dado desde que usted empezó con nosotros el viernes pasado, 24 de febrero?
No, señor.
No, sir.
And finally, with regard to the tape that you heard this morning,
Y finalmente,
with
con
regard
respecto a la
to
cinta que usted escuchó esta mañana,
your conversation with Mr. Pavlik,
con
do you recall
respecto a
that?
su conversación con el señor Pavlik, ¿recuerda usted eso?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
If you know, does Bill Pavlik speak Spanish?
Si usted lo sabe, el señor Pavlik,
She knows.
Overruled. You can
señor-
answer the question.
Bill Pavlik, ¿habla español?
No, señor.
No, sir.
With regard to being interviewed and talking, would you
Correct.
prefer to speak in Spanish or English?
Con respecto a ser entrevistada, ¿usted prefiere hablar en español o en inglés?
En español, señor.
En Spanish, sir.
And why is that?
¿Y por qué es eso?
Porque ese es mi verdadero idioma, señor.
Because that is my true language, sir.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you.
Mr. Darden, any recross?
Ms. Lopez, when was the first time that you realized that the 10 o'clock or shortly after 10 o'clock time period was important?
Señora López, ¿cuándo fue la primera vez que usted se dio cuenta que la hora de las 10 o poco después de las 10 era algo importante?
Yo nunca lo he tomado con importancia.
I've never given it any importance.
When was the first time? When was the first time that anyone
¿Cuándo fue la primera
asked
vez
you
que alguna persona le preguntó
when or what time it was
que cuándo o que qué hora era
that you saw the Bronco?
cuando usted vio el Bronco?
No me acuerdo, señor.
I don't remember, sir.
Was Mr. Pavlik the first person to ask you
¿El señor Pavlik fue la primera persona que se lo preguntó?
when
No.
and what time it was that you saw the Bronco?
No. ¿Cuándo y qué hora era cuando usted vio el Bronco?
No me preguntó él por primera vez.
He didn't ask me the first time.
Okay. Well, who was the first person to ask you?
Bueno, ¿quién fue la primera persona en preguntárselo?
Yo le pregunté a Michelle, pero no me acuerdo si le dije la hora ni
I
nada.
asked Michelle, but I don't remember if I told her the time or anything.
Now, you told us that you listened to Sylvia Guerra's tape. Is that right?
Bueno, usted nos dijo que había escuchado la cinta de Silvia Guerra, ¿correcto?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And you deny all the allegations Sylvia made against you as contained on that tape?
Usted,
Vague.
I'll have to play the tape, Your Honor.
Well, is there any more specific you can get with regards to specific allegations? To just say you deny all the allegations.
Well, may I have leave of court to play the tape, Your Honor?
No, can you tell me what the allegations are that you want to confront her with?
The $5,000 allegation, the allegation that
All right, well, why can't we take them one at a time?
that's the way you want it. Ms. Lopez,
señora López,
did you tell Sylvia
le dijo usted a Silvia
that you were going to be paid $5,000?
que a usted se le iban a pagar $5,000.
A mí nunca me han ofrecido nada, señor. No le puedo decir eso yo a ella.
I have never been offered anything, sir. I can't tell her that.
Did you tell Sylvia
Le dijo usted a Silvia
that you were being offered $5,000?
¿Que a usted se le estaba ofreciendo $5,000?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Did you tell Sylvia
Le dijo a Silvia
that the lawyers would give her $5,000?
que los abogados le darían a ella $5,000?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Did you tell Sylvia that you had mentioned her name to the attorneys?
¿Le dijo usted a Silvia que usted había mencionado el nombre de ella a los abogados?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Did you tell Sylvia
¿Usted le dijo a Silvia
that you had mentioned her name to the attorneys,
que usted le había mencionado el nombre de ella a los abogados,
but you would go back and ask them
pero que usted iba a regresar con ellos a preguntarles
to strike any mention of her name
que tacharan toda mención de su nombre,
from their reports?
de sus informes?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Okay. Can you explain to us then
¿Puede explicarnos entonces
why Sylvia is mentioned in the written report
por qué es que a Silvia se le menciona en
Dated
el
June
informe
29.
escrito, fechado 29 de junio,
July.
I'm sorry, dated July 29,
perdón, fechado el 29 de julio,
but is not mentioned
pero no hay mención de su nombre
during the tape conversation
durante la conversación grabada
we played here in court today?
Well, if she knows.
que escuchamos aquí en el tribunal el día de hoy?
¿Por qué vino a mi casa esa noche, señor?
Because she came to my house that evening, sir.
Or can you explain to us why her name is not mentioned on the tape,
Bueno, puede explicarnos por qué su nombre
but is
no
mentioned
está
on the written
mencionado en la
statement?
cinta, pero sí hay mención de este en la declaración escrita?
Yo no sé, señor.
I don't know, sir.
Now, you mentioned a moment ago that you have met the Kaplan children, is that correct?
Ahora, hace un momento usted mencionó que usted había conocido a los hijos de los señores Kaplan, ¿correcto?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that Sylvia
¿Está al tanto usted de que Silvia
spent the entire evening of June 12
pasó toda la noche del 12 de junio,
with one of the Kaplan children?
I'm sorry,
With one of the Kaplan
con
children?
uno de los hijos de los señores Kaplan?
Yo no sé, señor.
I don't know, sir.
No vivo con ella.
I don't live with her.
Okay. Well, how could she be with you at your house?
Bueno,
It's argumentative.
That's fine. You told us a moment ago
usted nos dijo hace un momento
that you were not expecting any compensation
que usted no estaba esperando ninguna compensación
as a result of your testifying in this case,
como resultado de que usted diera testimonio en este caso.
correct?
¿Correcto?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
But you are expecting to be paid some money when you reach San Salvador, is that correct?
Pero sí espera que le paguen algún dinero cuando llegue a San Salvador, ¿correcto?
Nunca me lo han prometido, señor.
I
Hasta
have
ahora,
never been promised that, sir.
para ahora es una noticia para mí.
This is news to me today.
Has anyone asked you to contact a lawyer in San Salvador
¿Alguna persona le ha dicho a usted que se ponga en contacto con un abogado en San Salvador
when you arrive there?
cuando llegue allá?
No, señor.
No, sir.
Has anyone told you that they are going to transfer some money to you?
¿Alguna persona le ha dicho que le van a pasar dinero a usted? ¿Traspasar dinero a usted?
Through a lawyer
A través, transferir dinero a usted a través de un abogado
in San Salvador.
en San Salvador.
No me lo han dicho, señor.
I haven't been told that, sir.
Have you been told
Se le ha dicho
that members of your family
que miembros de su familia,
who live in El Salvador
quienes viven en El Salvador,
should expect some money?
pueden esperar dinero?
No, señor. Que
No.
yo no he hablado con mi familia en El Salvador, yo, señor.
No, sir. I haven't spoken to my family in El Salvador, sir.
Did you tell Sylvia Ann Walker
¿Le dijo usted a Sylvian Walker
that O.J. Simpson didn't kill Nicole
que O.J. Simpson no mató a Nicole
and Ron himself?
y que que el mismo Ron
Did not kill Nicole and Ron himself.
But that he had someone else kill them?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Can you please repeat your question?
Okay. Did you tell Sylvia Ann Walker?
Overruled.
Did you tell Sylvia Ann Walker
Le dijo usted a Sylvian Walker
that O.J. Simpson did not kill Ron and Nicole
que O.J. Simpson no había matado a Ron y a Nicole,
himself,
él mismo,
but that he
Yo no
had
me-
someone else do it for him?
pero que alguien lo había hecho para él?
Yo no me recuerdo haberle dicho eso a la señora.
I don't remember having told the lady that.
Did someone else buy you a new dress and new shoes for today's hearing?
¿Alguna otra persona le compró a usted un nuevo vestido y nuevos zapatos para la audiencia de hoy?
Señor, esto me lo mandaron de Las Vegas, no sé quién, no conozco al señor.
This was sent to me from Las Vegas. I don't know by whom. I don't know the gentleman.
Okay. And so that the record is clear, you're not expecting any money from Mr. Shapiro, correct?
Y para que el acta quede clara, usted no espera recibir dinero de parte del señor Shapiro. ¿Es eso
De
así?
ninguno de ellos, señor, y no lo quiero.
From none of them,
Okay.
sir, and
Not-
I don't want it.
Okay, not from Mr. Bailey or Mr. Douglas or
No de
Mr.
parte del señor
Kardashian.
Bailey, el señor Douglas o el señor Kardashian.
No, señor.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Not from Miss Chapman.
No de la señora Chapman.
No, señor.
No, sir.
Are you expecting money from Skip Taft?
¿Está esperando ese dinero de Skip Taft?
¿Qué es eso? Yo no comprendo.
What's that? I don't understand.
You don't know a person named Skip Taft?
¿Usted no conoce a alguna persona que se llama Skip Taft?
No.
No.
Okay. How about the person you described earlier, Brian?
¿Y qué tal a la persona que usted describió anteriormente? Brian.
Are you expecting money from Brian?
¿Espera usted dinero de Brian?
Yo no sé quién será Brian, señor.
I don't know who Brian may be, sir.
Is the answer no?
La respuesta es no.
No, señor.
No, sir.
Okay. Are you expecting money at all from Mr. McNally or Mr. McKenna
¿Está
or
esperando
Mr.
dinero?
Pavlik?
En lo absoluto, del señor McNally o el señor McKenna o el señor Pavlik.
No, señor, no lo necesito.
No, sir, I don't need it.
Last week you told us you were sleeping on the street, correct?
Pero la semana pasada nos dijo que usted estaba durmiendo en la... Pero la semana pasada usted nos dijo que usted estaba durmiendo en la calle, ¿correcto?
Claro que sí.
Of course I did.
You told us you were broke.
Nos dijo que estaba en bancarrota.
No en bancarrota, tengo muy poquito dinero, señor.
Not broke, I have very little money, sir.
Take a quick look at a videotape, and then I'll be finished. Let's take a couple of minutes. Have we seen this yet? I haven't seen it.
Why don't you approach without the reporter, please?
Video aquí, rápidamente lo voy
And
a pedir
Mrs.
que me
Hamburger,
siga
would you
atrás.
accompany her back in the jury room, please?
Una sala de los jurados.
All right, this should only take about 5 minutes. All right, record should reflect that the witness has withdrawn from the courtroom. Mr. Cochran making his...
That is, may I respond, Your Honor? That is, yeah, that is absolutely preposterous. Let me just indicate to the court that we have a rate for all of our experts to stay at La Belle Lodge at $95 a night. They shouldn't even be allowed to be on television, that kind of stuff. And the car that was a limousine was Bailey's black Chrysler. It's not a limousine at all. That is preposterous.
Wait a minute.
And she's not staying at La Belle Lodge. Huh?
Swear me in.
La Belle Lodge they have a rate, Your Honor, and she's not staying at the Belle Lodge, thank heaven, anymore, because the court asked us to move her to some other place last Friday. She stayed there one night, Thursday night, for about 3 hours. That is preposterous.
Where I come from, Chrysler's just like a limousine, Mr. Carlos.
We're not aware. Your Honor, we're not where he comes from, and that's not the test here in this courtroom. Your Honor, it's not very funny. It's really sad from this standpoint. This lady was told she'd be finished last Friday, and she's still here 7 days
Well,
later.
the fact that we're still yakking about a videotape that I don't think we're going to show to anybody at this point.
I'd just like to indicate that I hadn't seen the videotape, and I've been sandbagged by my own office this time.
All right, can we conclude? Can we conclude?
I think so.
Dated March 2, a letter from a Dr. Vincent C. Gilliam, the content of which has now found its way into the record and has been repeated by the witness on the witness stand.
Hold on. All right, Mrs. Lopez is again on the stand. All right, Mr. Darden, you may conclude.
Señor Darden, puede terminar.
Your Honor, may I mark the letter I just described as People's 96?
People's 96.
Okay. And if I may I ask the interpreter to read to the witness the middle paragraph?
If you must.
I must.
May I read it to myself first? Or?
You may. Did we just have a photo flash? The interpreter would like to read the document before she has to translate it, which is the way one normally works with an interpreter in translating a document.
Would you like me to read it to her?
Middle paragraph of that letter, please.
Okay. Okay. Primeramente, un punto que fácilmente se puede perder en América es la diferencia entre las culturas manifestada a través de las respuestas de la señora López. No solamente ella muestra una tendencia de diferir algo tímidamente a personas en posiciones de autoridad, como digamos, por ejemplo, el señor Darden diciendo, si usted lo dice, señor, como uno sospecharía que lo haría una persona de antecedentes humildes y de El Salvador. Pero de culturas de habla hispana. Las culturas de habla hispana son más útiles de lo que se es en los Estados Unidos. Así es que cuando la señora López dice no y después no lo recuerdo, no recuerdo haber dicho eso, señor, cuando se le pregunta más detalladamente, no es una respuesta definitiva, ni significa que está cambiando su respuesta. Sencillamente, lo que esto es sencillamente es que ella viene de un lugar o de una cultura menos confrontante y más importante
Pero lo
todavía,
más importante es que, y entre comillas, yo no
No-
recuerdo el haber dicho eso. Eso significa...
no significa, no significa.
Eso no significa posiblemente que sí, como dice el señor Darden.
O como el señor Darden estaba tratando de dar a conocer.
Queda lo mismo.
Mr. Darden's in the process of asking a question.
I'd like to be heard with regards to what happened this morning that Your Honor had said about this very letter. I'd like to hear it.
Well, let's let him ask the question.
Ms. Lopez, showing you the letter that has just been marked.
Microphone, microphone.
Showing you the letter that has
Señora
just been
López.
marked, People's 96.
Mostrándole la carta que se acaba de marcar Fiscalía 96.
Okay. Did you see this document earlier today?
¿Usted vio este documento más temprano el día de hoy?
A mí no me enseñan documentos, señor.
I'm not shown documents, sir.
Okay. Well, the interpreter just read for you
Bueno, la intérprete le acaba de leer
the middle paragraph of this document, correct?
Sí,
el
señor.
párrafo del medio de este documento. ¿Es eso
Sí,
así?
señor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that paragraph discusses
Ye-
I'd like to be heard. We discussed this earlier.
All right, let me see counsel at the sidebar, please. All right, thank you, counsel. Mr. Darden, would you continue, please? Thank you.
Thank Ms. Lopez,
Señora López,
regarding the paragraph just read to you by the
con re-
interpreter,
con respecto al párrafo que le acaba de leer la intérprete,
did Mr. Cochran discuss with you
el señor Cochran habló con usted
the general subject matter
acerca de la materia en general,
contained in paragraph 2 of this letter?
contenido en el párrafo número 2, contenida en el párrafo número 2 de esta carta.
Sí me dicen, señor, pero no les pongo atención porque yo no le entiendo lo que me están diciendo.
They tell me always, but I don't pay attention to them because I don't understand what they're talking about.
Okay. Is there a phrase in Spanish that means I do not remember?
¿Hay alguna frase en español que signifique yo no recuerdo?
Que es no.
That no.
Esa
Can
es la
you say-
frase no.
That's the phrase. No.
Okay. Can you say I do not remember in Spanish?
Podría decir I do not remember en español.
Yeah.
Overruled. Overruled.
Es lo mismo en español. No me recuerdo que no, señor.
It is
La
the
misma
same
palabra, señor. Si
in
yo le digo no,
Spanish. I
y
don't
no.
remember that no, sir.
Y no me recuerdo. O no me recuerdo es la misma, señor.
No, I don't remember, and I don't remember. It's the same thing, sir.
Okay. Thank you. That's all.
Gracias, señor.
Mr. Cochran?
I have nothing further. They should excuse you.
All right. Ms. Lopez, thank you very much. We have concluded
Mr.
your testimony.
Señor, pues yo quería hablar una palabrita con usted. ¿Sí me
Your
deja?
Honor,
Un
I would
segundo.
like to say something briefly to you.
Briefly.
Brevemente, antes de hacer eso. Antes de hacer eso,
I would ask the court not to excuse the witness and that the
quisiera
court order the
pedirle
witness to return.
al juez que le pida a la
All right, Mr.
testigo que
Jones.
se vaya. Señor Jones, yo me opongo
Well,
que
she's your
la
client,
señora
counsel. Do you
deje
want to chat with her a
diga nada
moment?
en este momento. Su abogado no quiere que le diga
All right,
nada.
Ms. Lopez, your attorney
Señora
has
López,
indicated he
abogado,
doesn't want
me
you to
dijo
speak
que
to me at
no
this
quiere
point.
que hable conmigo en este momento.
Solo quería darle las gracias por mi
I just-
cuarto que me rentó, señor.
I just wanted to thank you for the room you rented for me, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
But it's actually being paid by Mr. Cochran. All right, thank you. No.
Before Ms. Lopez leaves the courtroom,
Yes, hold on.
I would ask that the court order Ms. Lopez to return.
Well, the purpose of conducting a conditional examination is upon the representation that she is leaving the jurisdiction. We have now preserved her testimony. Can you think of any other good cause why I should do that?
Yes, Your Honor, the testimony can't be presented in front of the jury unless Ms. Lopez is actually unavailable to testify.
That's correct.
Okay.
There has to be a finding under Section 240.
I think I'm doing the defense a favor in asking to have her ordered back.
We would rather not have that favor, Your Honor.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
All right, I'm going to decline making the order at this time.
As long as it's clear that the defense so requests.
Record's clear. All right. All right, good luck, Ms. Lopez. Thank you.
Gracias, señor. Muy amable. Le agradezco mucho.
Thank you, sir. You're very kind. I appreciate this.
All right, Mrs. Hamburger, Mr. Jones, thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, just scheduling-wise, I anticipate that we will reconvene Monday morning, 9 o'clock. We will take up with the conclusion of the cross-examination of Detective Lang and other witnesses. And Ms. Clark, Mr. Darden, Ms. Lewis, I would ask that you consult with defense counsel, let them know what your lineup is going to be for next week so we can all get our notebooks together as to who's who. Exchange any last-minute discovery, anything else we need to talk about? All right, we'll stand in recess Monday morning, 9 o'clock.
Might be ruling on the sanctions.
Well, one of these days when I have some time to go back to my word processor and...
Since we are eager for the experts.
I'm hoping. The longer I stand out here and talk to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are going... Oh, first of all, good morning. Haven't seen you all in a while. Glad to have you back. I'm sure you're glad to be back. We are going to be taking a witness out of order. That means that, as you know, we are in the midst of the cross-examination of Detective Tom Lang, and we are going to interrupt the cross-examination of Detective Lang to present another witness to you this morning because this person resides, I believe, still resides outside of the state of California. Is that correct? All right, and we'll be returning. All right, you may proceed, Ms. Clark. Thank you.
Good morning. People call Mr. Mark Storfer.
Sir, can you please raise your right hand? You do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the cause now pleaded before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please have a seat in the witness stand and state and spell your first and last names for the record.
Mark Storfer, M-A-R-K, S-T-O-R, F as in Frank, E-R.
All right, good morning, Mr. Storfer. You can just slide the microphone just slightly to your right. There you go. Perfect.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, Ms. Clark.
Mr. Storfer, directing your attention back to the date of June the 12th, 1994. On that date, sir, where were you living?
At 12100 Dorothy Street.
And where is that, if you can tell us, sir, in relationship to 875 South Bundy?
This house is on the southwest corner of Dorothy and Bundy.
Okay, we have here a chart that is marked as People 26. If you would step down, sir. First, look at it for a minute so you can orient yourself. And if you can tell us whether there is a box there that indicates where you were living.
No, there's not.
Okay. There is a box, however, marked in purple as Mark Storfer. If that's not correct, can you tell us where your house would have been located?
Sure. Right there.
All right. Down in this lower corner?
That's correct.
And for the record, Your Honor, we will have this corrected to indicate. So were you at the corner of Dorothy and Bundy down at the southwest corner?
That's correct.
Now, from that location, sir, did you have any windows that faced north on Bundy? Of course, sorry.
Yes, I did.
On the night of June the 12th, sir, at approximately 10 p.m., where were you?
In bed with my wife.
And did you have a son at that time?
Yes, I do.
And
I did.
still?
Yes.
Can you tell us, did you have something that you did with your son that evening
Yes, he had fallen asleep in our bed around that time.
at around 10 o'clock?
That's correct.
Did you take him out of your bed and put him into his bed at some point?
Yes, I did. After he fell asleep, should I proceed?
Go ahead.
I brought him downstairs to his room, which was on the lower level. Our bedroom was on the upper level. And as I was taking him downstairs, I heard a dog barking.
Now, why did that attract your attention?
I was concerned that it would wake up my son. It was that loud and persistent.
Had you heard barking that loud and persistent before in the neighborhood?
No, I had not.
Now, did you see what time it was before you left the bedroom holding your son?
No, I did not.
Was there any point at which you noticed what time it was?
Yes, after I put him in his bed, closed a few lights downstairs, and then went upstairs, I had remarked to my wife that these dogs were... Sustain.
You put your son back in his bed and then you went upstairs
That's correct.
and you remarked something to your wife about the dogs.
That's correct.
At that point, did you look to see what time it was?
Yes, I did.
And what time was it?
It was 10:28 on the digital display on our TV.
Now, is that the accurate time, sir?
We typically set our clocks about 5 minutes fast, so I would presume it would have been 5 minutes earlier.
Okay, 10:23.
Correct.
And at that point, it was already, what? Give us an estimate how long after you heard the dog barking.
Probably a good 3 minutes.
So what time was it that you estimate you first heard the dog barking?
About 10:20 p.m.
Now, when you got into bed with your wife, it was about, I'm sorry, you got back into the room at 10:23?
10:28 is when I looked at the TV, which was a couple of minutes after I'd gotten into the room.
Right, okay. And so that, given that you set your clocks faster, as you had indicated, 5 minutes, it was about 10:23?
That's correct.
What did you do at that point?
I looked out the window of our bedroom that faces north towards Bundy to see if I could see where that dog was or what was going on. It was pretty dark, and I couldn't see anything unusual, and I couldn't locate the dog. I also looked out the west-facing window of our bedroom to see if the dog was further over to the west. We faced the alley on the west side, and I could not see anything at that time either.
Okay. So when you say you looked west, were you looking down Dorothy?
That's correct.
Okay. And when you looked north up Bundy?
Up Bundy and the front of Dorothy as well.
Were you able to see anyone walking down the street at that time?
No, I did not.
And for how long did you look out the window?
Just very briefly initially, and then we went to bed, and I had slept very lightly because the dog had continued to bark. I'd doze off, wake up, doze off, wake up, and I kept looking out the window periodically.
Throughout the night?
About 12:15, when I looked out the window, Sustain.
At some point, well, let me ask you this. Up until about 12:15, when you looked out your window, did you look north on Bundy at each occasion?
Yes.
And from the first time you looked north on Bundy at about 10:23 till the last time you looked north on Bundy at 12:15, did you see anyone walking down the street southbound or northbound on Bundy?
No, I did not.
At 12:15, when you looked out your window, what did you see?
I saw a number of police cars with their lights on and yellow police tape blocking off both Dorothy and Bundy on two corners.
During the time that you kept looking out the window up until 12:15, were you still able to hear the dog barking?
Yes, I was.
Was there something unusual about the manner in which it was barking that drew your attention?
It was very persistent. The dog continued to bark and stopped just long enough to take a breath and bark some more. He whined or yelped periodically.
Now, had you ever heard barking like that coming from that area?
No, I had not.
And when I say that area, what area did it seem to be coming from?
From the front of the house, which is north-facing.
Would that be from the location general vicinity of 875 South Bundy.
Sustained.
North of your location would be up Bundy, correct?
That's correct.
And is 875 South Bundy north of your location?
That's correct.
And did the barking appear to come from that area?
Sustained.
And where did the barking seem to be coming from in relationship to 875 South Bundy?
From that direction.
And at 12:15, when you looked outside, you saw the police. Were you able to see any dogs?
Yes, I did. I saw a white, medium-size, long hair type of dog tied to a street sign on the northeast corner
Of
Bundy and Dorothy.
Sir, if you could step down and look at the animal shown in People's 26, can you tell us? There's a photograph at the bottom there. Can you tell us if you recognize that dog?
It looks very similar to the one that I saw tied up.
At the northeast corner of South Dorothy and Bundy?
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Storker.
Good morning.
As I understand your testimony, you're telling us that there were a number of police cars out there by 12:15 in the early morning hours of June 13th, 1994?
More than one, yes.
And by a number, what number? Give us the total number.
I remember seeing one on Bundy, just beyond the yellow tape. I saw one on Dorothy, parked just opposite our house. And I believe I saw one in the alley facing our house.
So you saw at least 3 police cars there by 12:15, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
And as I understand your testimony, the first time you looked at a clock in reference to this dog barking, the clock on your TV said 10:28 p.m., is that correct, sir?
Yes, it is.
And with regard to this particular clock, when did you last set that clock, if ever?
Probably not in a long while.
So how long did you have that TV?
6, 8 years.
And would you say you had not set it during that period of time?
Oh, no, I had set it in that period of time.
You just have no idea when it was before June 12th, 1994 that you last set it?
Well, I'd set it one time when we moved to that location in April because the power came out, so I had to reset it in April.
April of what year?
Same year, 1994.
94. Had you set it after that?
Not to my recollection.
Do you know if your wife had set it at all after that?
Not to my knowledge.
All right. You've discussed that with her at all?
No, I have not.
All right. You've not talked to her about that. But you can tell us that the last time you set it was in April of 1994. Is that correct?
That's the last time I remember setting it, correct.
All right, that you can tell us about?
Yes.
All right. And at that time, when you saw it this evening, it said 10:28 p.m. or thereabouts, right?
That's correct.
All right. Now, from your location, and so that it's clear from the record, this diagram that was placed on the board here, which we refer to as People's number 26 for identification. The house is labeled Mark Storfer is in the wrong location on this diagram. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you're more over on this corner. You're on the southwest corner.
That's correct.
Dorothy and Bundy. And from your window, you have a window that faces them. You can look down the alley. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And at some point that evening, you look down this alley, the alley that runs parallel to Bundy and intersects here with Dorothy. Is that correct?
That's correct. I can only see to the north on the alley.
You can see north, looking up the alley north.
Right.
Is that right? And about what time was it that you first looked up that alley, sir?
Approximately 10:28.
All right, and this is about the time that you first became aware of the time that appeared on your television. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And when you look up that alley, did you see any vehicles or any cars?
No, I did not.
You see any persons at all up there? Any people walking?
No, I did not.
What did you see, if anything?
I didn't see anything.
You just looked up the alley and saw basically nothing?
Empty alley,
Okay.
asphalt.
All right. Didn't see any cars, didn't see any people. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And this was about 10:28, according to your clock, 10:28
According to the
p.m.?
clock, that's
All
correct.
Right. Now, from another window of your residence, were you able to see north on Bundy at all?
There are other windows I could see north on Bundy, but I did not look out those windows.
You didn't look out those windows, right?
That's correct.
And so, as I understand your testimony that evening, you never saw any people walking down Bundy in a southerly direction toward Dorothy from north to south. You never saw that?
Not between 10:28 and 12:15, correct.
All right, during the times that you looked. Now, between 10:28 and 12:15, how many times did you look out the window?
I think maybe a couple of times.
And that means 2?
Yes.
All right. And during one of those times, you looked up the alley. Is that right?
That's
Answer
correct.
out loud so she can take it down. So one of the times you looked up the alley, north up the alley, right?
That's correct.
You saw nothing. During one of those times, the other time, did you look up the alley or did you look up Bundy or both?
I don't think I looked up the alley. It was probably on Dorothy and maybe the beginning part of Bundy.
Okay. And so did you ever see a lady and a man walking down Bundy on the west side of Bundy anytime around 10:28 or thereafter?
No, I did not.
Did you ever hear any sounds coming from north of Bundy? Did you ever hear any screams or anything of that nature?
Just a dog bark.
No. Did you ever hear any screams?
No, I did not.
All right. Did you ever hear anybody yell, hey, 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 at all that night?
No, I did not.
So you never heard any sounds at all that night between 10:28 and 12:15?
Not besides the dog barking.
Okay, yeah. I'm talking about human beings now. Not
No
dogs,
human
okay?
being sounds.
All right, okay. And you never saw any human beings, right?
That's correct.
Okay. But you heard this dog barking. Is that
Yes.
right? And it's your testimony that at 12:15 when you looked outside, the dog was tied to a post or something outside?
That's correct.
And you're sure about that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Where was, step down for us and show us where this dog was tied up at 12:15 a.m. on June 13th.
Right here on the northeast corner.
Can we get that mark somewhere, like the mark where he has that in some fashion?
Speaks for itself, Your Honor. Northeast corner of Bundy and Dorothy.
I'd like to have a mark put there. Yes.
Well, it's the prosecution's exhibit at this point. Do you have something similar that you can use?
No, Your Honor, but it's going to be an exhibit for the court, for the jury ultimately. I just want to be able to observe it later on as to where it says that. If at all possible.
Well, he's just pointed to it in front of the jury, so I assume that they can recall that.
All right, very well. Okay. So the northeast corner of Dorothy and Bundy on People's 26 for identification is where you saw this dog tied. Is that right?
That's correct.
You could see that from your window?
Yes, I could.
And did you look out the window and see the dog at 12:15 and see him tied there?
That's correct.
And at that time, was the dog barking at that point?
Yes, he was.
Did you
Or
ever?
it.
I'm
It
sorry.
was.
All right, it was? Okay. Did you ever hear any more than one dog barking that night?
No, I did not.
And was that the first time that you saw a dog that night at about 12:15?
Yes, it was.
And that was right about the same time that you had seen these 3 police cars that you described for us. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Did you at that point, around 12:15, talk to any police officers at that point?
Not at that time, no.
You did at some later time talk to some police officers?
That's correct.
All right. And did you see them? Did they write a report out at all when they talked to you at that evening? I'm asking you.
Oh, well.
Did the police write a report out?
The officer had a little blue menu card, and I saw him jot a few things down on there.
Did he? Your Honor, may we approach? Sure. With regard to that.
All right, thank you, counsel.
Did you ever find out the name of the officer who talked to you?
No, I do not know his name.
At what time did this officer speak with you, sir?
About 2:20 a.m.,
2:20?
approximately.
Was the officer in plain clothes or in a uniform?
Uniform.
And did you ever ascertain the name of that police officer?
No, I did not.
Can you describe the officer for us?
Hardly.
Male? Female?
Male.
Okay.
Male, medium height, a little bit greater than medium build.
All right. Caucasian?
Caucasian, I believe.
All right. And how long did you talk to him at that time?
Maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
And you saw him write something down on a card or on some kind of a pad or something, he said?
Saw him jot down some note, yes.
And at that time, you spoke to him about what you had heard that particular night. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, prior to seeing this police officer, had you dozed off that in the early morning hours that day?
Yes.
And then you'd wake back up, and then you'd awaken, and you'd hear the dog barking, or is that correct?
That's correct. Until I heard the doorbell ring.
And then you were awakened, and you came
Right.
downstairs. Is that
Yes.
correct? All right. Was your son able to remain asleep through this all?
Yes, he was.
Now, with regard to this matter, you gave a statement to the district attorney's office on January 1st, 1995. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
In this building?
No, in my home.
At your home? And at that time, you indicated that you'd brought your son down to bed somewhere between 10:20 and 10:30 that night. Is that correct?
Correct.
And at that time, you indicated that you looked out the window and you couldn't see where this barking was coming from. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so, would I be correct in assuming that you never saw a dog until you said you saw this dog tied up near Dorothy and Bundy there on the corner at about 12:15? Is that correct?
That's correct.
You never told the investigator about seeing a clock on your television that said 10:28 p.m., did you? Or a.m. Or p.m., right?
I don't remember.
Never mentioned to him, did you?
I don't remember.
Would it be helpful to you to review your statement?
Sure.
All right. May I approach you?
Yes.
Before you answer the statement taken of Mark Storfer on January 1st, 1995. Investigator by the name of Michael Stevens. It's fairly short. It's about 4 pages. Why don't you read that to yourself quickly if you can?
It mentions here about looking at a clock.
Right,
So that
did you
would be
tell-
the clock.
All right. The question is, did you tell him at that time that you looked at the clock and it said 10:28 p.m.? Did it say that?
Does not say that, no.
All right. Did it say anything at all on there about the clock may have been 5 minutes fast?
No.
Something about that? All right. So you didn't tell him that at that time, did you?
Not at that time, no.
This interview was also tape recorded, was it not?
That's correct.
All right. Now, you woke up about 1:30 that evening, that 1:30 a.m. that morning, isn't that correct?
About 2:20, 2:15, 2:20 when the doorbell rang.
All right, you hadn't awakened at 1:30?
Not to my recollection, no.
All right, let me see if this refreshes your recollection at all. Page 2 of the statement. Bottom line 728. Just read this part yourself. It's a nice part. You read that to yourself?
Yes, I have.
Does that refresh your recollection at all with regard to what you said to Investigator Stevens?
No, but I must have said it.
All right. Did you tell him that I think I woke up at 1:30 and of course it was still barking? You say that to him?
That's what the transcript says.
Right. Do you
I
recall
don't.
saying-
I don't recall.
Okay. Which would your memory have been better on January 1st than it is now? Would you think?
I don't know.
All right. If you said that on a tape, would you were trying to tell the truth, were you not?
Sure.
So you're trying to be as accurate as you could?
Yep.
At some point, did you notice any yellow tape lines around the perimeter there at the area of Dorothy and Bundy, sir?
Yes.
And when did you notice that?
Approximately 12:15.
All right. And at 12:15, you noticed that?
Yes.
And you know that at 12:15, when you noticed that, that's when you saw those 3 police cars, right?
That's correct.
And this yellow tape was kind of a perimeter around the area there at Bundy, is that correct?
It was on 2 corners.
Okay, describe for the jury at 12:15 where this yellow tape was.
Sure. It crossed the north side of Bundy from east to west,
Okay.
and the west side of Dorothy from north to south.
All right. And it just looked as though that yellow tape would keep people from coming in
Yes.
the area? Seemed like a perimeter to you.
Yes,
All right. And it was at 12:15 that you saw this, right?
that's correct.
And this was at the same time that you saw the dog tied up on the corner also, right?
Yes.
And up to the time that you talked to the police after 2 o'clock in the morning, would I be correct in assuming that you still had not seen any vehicles out there, any other vehicles, either in the alley or up on Bundy?
Besides the police cars, that's correct.
Right. And you had not seen any other individuals, either in the alley or up on Bundy?
That's correct.
And you're sure about the times you've told us about today, right?
Yes.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. Stark.
Ms. Clark?
Thank you, Ron. Showing you the statement that Mr. Cochran showed you, lines 19 and 20 on page 2. Did you indicate there that you looked at the clock and that's how you remember it was between 10:20 and 10:30?
That's correct.
And you gave that estimate? When you gave that estimate, were you aware of your habit that you've earlier testified to of setting your clocks 5 minutes ahead?
Yes, I was.
So at this time, is it your recollection that you heard the dog begin to bark at 10:20?
That's correct.
Well, the answer will stand.
The first time,
Same testimony they had on direct. Proceed.
the first time you looked out your window, sir, did you look at the alley? When I say the alley, what alley are you talking about?
The alley to the west of my house and to the west of Bundy, running parallel with Bundy.
Okay, would that be the alley that runs behind the area of 875 South Bundy?
That's correct.
Okay, and you looked out your window, the first time you looked out your window, was that when you first got back to your bedroom from having put your son to bed?
Yes.
Okay, and what time was it you thought that was?
My clock said 10:28, so it would have been about 10:23.
10:23. And where did you look first?
I looked on Dorothy right in front of the house first.
P38.
All right. You looking at the monitor, sir?
Yes, I am.
Do you recognize that area?
Yes, that's the alley.
Okay. Have I ever shown you any pictures before?
No, you have not.
Okay. So this is the first time you've ever seen this?
Yes, it is.
Okay, when you say it's the alley, do you mean the alley that you just described running behind 875 South Bundy?
That's correct.
And how far up the alley were you able to see from your house?
Maybe 50 feet.
Were you able to see as far as the man standing? Can you see the man standing there to the right of the police car?
Yes, I can.
Were you able to see that far up the alley?
I don't believe so.
How far up the alley could you see if you can locate a point in this photograph?
Probably behind those cars parked on the right side perpendicular to the alley.
Okay. There's a car that you see. Excuse me, may I complete my questioning of the witness?
Yes, please.
You see a car that's parked facing in towards the building where there's lights in the balcony?
Yes, I do.
Is that the one you're referring to as far up as you can see?
Not quite that far.
Just before that?
That's correct.
Does the telestrator work for this? All right, I'm going to ask you to guide the arrow.
Okay.
Tell the arrow where to go.
Down. To the right. Stop. A little bit up. And a bit left. Behind the cars. Somewhere about there.
Could you please put There we go. Thank you.
I could see across the alley from that point.
Could this be marked as 38A, Your Honor?
38D.
D? D.
38D, as in David, we're going to print this.
D as in David.
Print this, all right.
Okay, so the first time you looked out your window, the first place you looked was,
On Dorothy in front of the house.
and that was at 1023, you said?
That's correct.
And did you also at that time look down the alley?
Yes, I did.
People's exhibit number 50.
Oh, it's dark on the screen, isn't it? Can you lighten that up? Can there anyone?
Do you recognize locations on that photograph, sir?
It appears to be Bundy Street.
And can you tell which direction you're looking on Bundy in that photograph?
I believe facing north.
Does this photograph give you as good a view north on Bundy as you had from your apartment or from your residence window on the night of June the 12th?
No, it does not.
Are you able to see farther up north on Bundy from your window?
That's correct.
But that is the location in which you were looking.
That's correct.
And when you looked out your window for the first time at 1023, you looked first north on Bundy? That was the first place you looked?
I actually looked on Dorothy first, and then north on Bundy, then the alley.
So when you looked on Dorothy, in which direction on Dorothy did you look?
Both directions, east and west, in front of the house.
Did you see anyone on the street on either east or west of Dorothy?
No, I did not.
And then you looked where?
North on Bundy.
Did you see anyone walking either up or down the street at that time?
No, I
north
did
on
not.
Bundy? And did you see anyone in the alley?
No, I did not.
Do you recall, and then did you say you looked out the window again at some later point?
Yes, I did.
When was that?
Maybe around 11.
And when you looked out the window at 11, where did you look?
On Dorothy and on Bundy.
Did you look east and west on Dorothy?
Yes, I did.
Did you see anyone?
No, I did not.
When you looked on Bundy, did you look north again?
Yes, I did.
Did you see anyone?
No, I did not.
And you also did not see a dog?
No, I did not.
Could you still hear the barking?
Yes, I could.
Did you look up the alley at that time?
I don't recollect looking up the alley at that time.
And then did you get back in bed?
Yes, I did.
Did you get up again?
Yes,
And what time was it that you got up again?
maybe around 11:30-ish.
Did you look out the window again?
Yes, I did.
Where did you look that point?
On Dorothy,
East and west?
east and west.
Did you see anyone?
No, I did not.
Did you look up north on Bundy again?
I don't recollect. Probably not.
Were you still able to hear barking?
Yes, I was.
And then what did you do?
Went back to bed.
Did you get up again?
Yes, I did.
What time?
About 12:15.
And is that when you saw police cars?
Yes, it is.
And is that when you saw the dog?
That's correct.
When you looked, so on each occasion when you looked out your window, is it your testimony that you saw no one walking north or south on Bundy or on Dorothy or in the alley behind 875 South Bundy?
That's correct.
And Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to correct the exhibit marked as People's 26 based on this witness's testimony.
Certainly, when we have Mr. Storfer place the markers.
If we could let him point it out to Mr. Fairtlow, because these are sticky. So on the record, the witness is pointing again to the southwest corner, and Mr. Fairtlow has placed the icon in that location. Mr. Storfer, is your residence on the night of June the 12th now correctly indicated on the diagram marked People's 26?
Yes, it is.
And it does, and the window you described does face north, as is indicated on that diagram?
That's correct.
Thank you. I have nothing further.
Mr. Cochran, any recross?
Yes, a few questions, Your Honor. You had described in looking up, may we have 38D back up, Your Honor? Thank you, Rick County. And Mr. Storfer, you've shared with us and helped us by placing an arrow about how far you could see up that alleyway. And my question is, on how many occasions, if any, after the first time you looked up the alley that night, at about after 10, your clock said 10:28 or thereabouts, did you look again? Clock said 10:28. I'm mistaking testimony.
Witness testified the time was 10:20 and 10:23.
Clock said,
Clock said 10:28.
Overruled.
Thank you. With regard to that, how many times after your clock said 10:28 did you look up that alley as depicted there on People's 38D?
None until about, no, none beyond that time.
All right. So you understand the question I'm asking? How many times did you look up the alley after you looked this first time that evening?
None.
Okay, so you only looked one time?
That's correct.
All right. How many times altogether that evening did you look up Bundy, north on Bundy?
3 or 4, including the early morning.
All right. And how many times did you look east and west on Dorothy?
Probably about 4 times.
And you described for us that, again, that you saw the dog was tied at the post at about 12:15. Call that?
That's correct.
And you look at your clock again at that point?
Yes.
So actually that would be about 12:10 then, wouldn't it? If your clock was 5 minutes fast.
Approximately, yes.
So then these police cars that you saw, these 3 police cars that you saw out there, they would also be about 12:10, is that right?
Approximately.
Now, with regard to this clock, you had last set that clock in April of 1994, is that correct?
Overruled.
You last set that clock in April of 1994, is that correct?
It's the last time I remember setting it.
Right. And you don't know whether your wife had reset it or you'd had any kind of power outages in that area between April and June 12, 1994 to check the accuracy of that clock, do you?
No, I do not.
All right. So you're giving us just your best estimate, is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
And with regard to this yellow tape that you saw up, again at about 12:15. If your clock was fast, it would be 12:10. If it was slow, it'll be even later. Is that right?
Overruled.
That would be correct.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Storfer. Thank you.
Mr. Storfer, when you saw this dog tied up across the street to the street sign, did it continue to bark?
Yes, it did.
Anything else?
Mr. Storfer, the first time you indicated the first time you looked at the clock. When, if ever, did you look at the clock again?
I must have looked each time that I got up to look out the window.
Do you have a specific memory of doing that?
No, I don't.
Do you have a specific memory of looking at the clock the first time that you heard, when you first came upstairs to your bedroom?
Very much so, yes.
Okay. The times after that, when you got up to look out the window, do you have any specific memory of looking at your clock?
Not specifically, no.
Okay. So with respect to the times that you're giving us after the first time you looked out the window, when you first got back to your bedroom, are those times approximate?
Yes, they are.
Oh. I have nothing further.
But again, Mr. Storm, you're trying to be as accurate as you can in giving us these times, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you believe that that you did look at the clock at other times that evening when you got up, isn't that correct?
That's correct.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Storfer, thank you very much for coming in. You're now excused.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Clark, are we ready to resume with Detective Lang?
Yes.
All right. All right, good morning again, Detective.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, record should reflect that Detective Tom Lang has resumed the witness stand. The detective has been reminded he is still under oath. And Mr. Cochran, you may resume your cross-examination.
Thank you for carrying. Good morning, Detective Lang.
Morning.
You haven't retired yet, have you?
Not yet.
Still there? Okay, great. Good to have you back. You've had occasion, have you not, Detective Lang, to discuss your testimony with the district attorneys. Isn't that correct, Mr. Darden and Ms. Clark?
Yes.
And during the breaks, you have occasion to talk about your testimony. Isn't that correct?
On occasion, yes.
And sometime during the lunch hour, you've had occasion to go up and discuss your testimony. Is that correct?
Not recently, but I have.
Well, when you last testified.
Yes.
You haven't been here recently, I trust, huh? Have you?
No.
Now, in that connection, did Mr. Darden tell you that you ought to be more aggressive in your answers to my questions because I was making points on cross-examination? He tell you that?
For me to be more aggressive?
Yes, in your answers to my questions and to volunteer things because I was making points on cross-examination.
No, I don't believe he told me to be more aggressive.
You don't believe he told you that?
No.
Did you have occasion, I'd like to show you an article. Your Honor, I'd like to approach first, show the court something, if I might.
Yes, with her board, please. Mr. Cochran.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Lang, did you have occasion to read any newspaper articles wherein Mr. Darden was quoted? Okay.
Newspaper articles bearing on his testimony here in court.
Let me state it, Your Honor. Do you have occasion to read any newspaper articles bearing upon your testimony and whether or not you should be more aggressive in your answers?
No.
Did you have any conversation at all with Mr. Darden about the way you were answering questions last week? That is the week of February the 20th.
We discussed various parts of the testimony.
And what did he tell you about the way you were answering the questions?
I don't recall anything specific one way or the other as far as how I was answering the questions.
Well, give us your best recollection about what he said. Did he criticize you during the discussions with him?
No, I don't believe I was criticized.
You didn't take it as criticism?
No.
Well, objection, that
state the testimony?
I'm asking, did he take it as criticism?
Overruled.
What did he say to you?
Again, I have no specifics as far as exactly what was said, but I certainly didn't take it as criticism.
All right. And with regard to Ms. Clark, what did she say to you about your testimony, if anything?
Again, I don't recall any specifics. I don't recall any criticism, however.
When was the last time that you spoke with these two lawyers, either of these two lawyers, about your testimony here today?
At least a week ago, perhaps longer.
That would have been after you concluded your testimony the last time you were here?
I believe that was on a Thursday. I don't recall if it was after or prior.
All right. You don't recall if you talked to him either after or before that?
Well, I'm trying to think back. I believe I testified a week ago Thursday the last time. And I don't recall if there's any discussion on my testimony that Friday or it was before. I just don't recall.
All right. And what was said at that time that you recall?
I don't recall exactly what was said. We were discussing my testimony and what I'd be testifying to.
All right. Do you recall a conversation that you and I had wherein you indicated that you very often don't listen to lawyers anyway?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that conversation?
No.
You don't remember? Does that sound like something you might say?
That I don't listen to lawyers often?
Lawyers that don't listen to what lawyers say very often anyway?
I think I'd be very careful where I said that.
You don't recall ever saying that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, maybe we'll put you in just for a moment.
Sure.
Counsel.
Thank you, counsel. Proceed.
Thank you, Mayor. Detective Lang, do you recall that when you were testifying before, I asked you whether or not you were aware of a controversy between the Los Angeles Police Department and the L.A. County Coroner's Office regarding the LAPD's failure to promptly report the death of individuals at crime scenes? Remember those questions?
A controversy?
Yes.
I don't recall a controversy.
All right. Now, I'm asking you, do you remember me asking you those series of questions?
I recall something like that, yes.
All right. And you indicated to us that you didn't recall any particular controversy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have you ever at any time spoken with a Mr. Juan J. Jimenez, Assistant Chief of the Los Angeles County Coroner's Operations Bureau?
I know who Mr. Jimenez is. I've never had any conversations with him.
You never talked to him at all?
In passing, not about any specific case.
All right. Have you talked to him, and are you aware of whether or not Mr. Jimenez had any kind of oversight responsibility on the Simpson case?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever talked to him about the question of time of death as it relates to the Simpson case?
I don't recall talking to Mr. Jimenez. I recall talking to Dr. Lashmanan and Dr. Golden regarding that.
And was Jimenez present at that time, if you recall?
No.
All right, so that you talked to him, but perhaps not about this case?
I may have. I've spoken with dozens and dozens of people regarding this case, and many at the coroner's office. I just don't have an independent recollection of speaking with Mr. Jimenez about the case.
All right. At any time when you've talked to Mr. Jimenez in the past, he has ever voiced any complaint from the coroner's department about the LAPD's failure to report or to call the coroner's office promptly to report deaths of individuals?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
I don't recall any complaints from Mr. Jimenez.
You do not?
No.
Recall any complaints from Dr. Lakshmana, the coroner of Los Angeles County?
No, I wouldn't call it complaints.
Well, what would you call it? What would he say?
Hearsay. Sustained.
Well, how would you characterize what Dr. Lakshmanan said to you?
Sustained.
Has Dr. Lakshmanan ever complained to you about the LAPD's failure to notify them promptly?
No.
And can you tell us when was the last time you spoke with Mr. Juan J. Jimenez, approximately?
It hasn't been recent, but I couldn't tell you a date.
Okay. Now, Detective Lang, when last we were here, we talked about the notebooks that you had, and you were kind enough to go and look through these notebooks that you had. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And on one of the videos, you're seen writing on a kind of a clipboard. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And what were you doing when you were writing on that clipboard at the Bundy scene there?
I was writing crime scene notes.
And were those notes? Did those notes become originals in those books that you had when you were here last week?
Yes.
In other words, you wrote something down and you put those directly in the into the homicide book?
That's correct.
Do you have an original copy of the notes that you were writing on the morning?
An original copy?
Strike that. Do you have an original of the notes? Thank you, Your Honor. The original of the notes that you were writing on the morning of June 13th, 1994, the ones we see you writing in the video?
Yes, I do.
And can we see those?
Certainly.
May I approach you?
All right, the records reflect that Detective Tom Lang is still on the witness stand. Good morning again, Detective. You're reminded you're still
Morning.
under oath. Mr. Cochran, you may continue with your cross-examination.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to be ending it now. Let's go here. All right, so thank everybody for joining us tonight on the gaming trial stream. Thank you all for coming, watching, listening, lurking. Good night to you, Anna, and everybody else. And see you all tomorrow, and peace.